since 1933.
A powerful gathering of global leaders and thinkers. Voices that will decode the edge of the unknown. NDTV World Summit 2025, 17th and 18th October on the NDTV network.
5 round fire.
Every takeoff is like, gives you the pump, gives you the adrenaline back.
चल नहीं सकती अब मैं। Okay, let's go guys. Come on guys. जीत तो गई। Ball guys.
बहुत बड़ी वाली बना रहा हूँ। I'm happy कि जलेबी ऐसी बनी है।
नीला के दिन पैग वाली है, बंदे पंगड़े के।
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind. I pause. I reflect. I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
She's a ballerina who defies gravity, a quantum physicist who decodes the universe. At the NDTV World Summit, Merit More brings science and art together to show us how imagination can bend the boundaries of possibility. Catch ballerina and quantum physicist Merit More at the NDTV World Summit. Live and exclusive at the NDTV World Summit 2025, 17th to 18th October on the NDTV network. A global leader, defining India's moment in history, a voice shaping the future of a changing world.
हम दुनिया को भी बेहतर AI सॉल्यूशंस देने में जुटे हैं।
Catch Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the NDTV World Summit 2025, 17th and 18th October on the NDTV network, bringing the world to India and India to the world.
Pulling us into this country.
They argue, I conclude. You're watching Breaking Ground. I'm Vedika Sood. A quick check on the headlines at the top of 1 p.m. Countdown begins to NDTV World Summit. Former UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak in Delhi for summit meets JP Nadda. Lankan Prime Minister Harini also in India for summit amid the 3-day state visit. Biggest global voices on one platform here on NDTV 24/7. Indian government response to US Donald Trump's oil claim, says priorities to safeguard national interest, asserts ensuring stable prices and securing supplies are goal. Infosys founder Narayan Murthy and his wife Sudha Murthy have refused to participate in the ongoing Karnataka government's socio-economic survey after the court made it clear that it is not mandatory but voluntary. Nara Lokesh takes a dig at Karnataka, says Andhra investment as spicy as its food. This after Google's big investment in the state. Also, Prime Minister Modi is in Andhra Pradesh to inaugurate several projects, offers prayers at Srisailam temple to launch projects worth 13,430 crore rupees. Big Supreme Court setback for Revanth Reddy's government. Supreme Court junks Telangana government plea against interim stay by High Court on OBC reservations. Political showdown over SIR in Bengal. Bengal ministers threaten to destroy Malda if voters deleted. BJP hits back, says SIR in Bengal is the need of the hour. Amid high speculation over Virat Kohli's ODI future and ahead of the crucial India-Australia series, Kohli drops a cryptic message on X, says the only time you truly fail is when you decide to give up. News just coming in. There's been a big Supreme Court setback for the Revanth Reddy government. The Supreme Court has junked the Telangana government's plea against interim stay by the High Court on OBC reservations. The move by the Telangana government was made ahead of the elections to local bodies to effectively take total reservations to 67%, but the High Court had stayed that move. Nupur now joins me on the phone line. Nupur, huge setback to the Revanth Reddy government. Tell us more.
Well, yes, in fact, this is a setback for Revanth Reddy's government, as the Supreme Court on the very first day of hearing has refused to interfere with the Telangana High Court order, which had in fact stayed this new reservation law brought in by the Telangana government. Telangana government today made extensive arguments against this stay, saying that the legislature had unanimously passed this law and the legislature, it cannot be stayed by the High Court this way without even the pleadings being made. But the Supreme Court did not agree with this argument. The Supreme Court however said that they can go and continue to make their case in front of the High Court and also simultaneously go ahead with the elections as it is. But it will not remove the stay put by the High Court on the 42% of reservations. That is because the limit was exceeding the 50% limit. Because since after the OBC limit is increased, the total reservation goes beyond 50%, that to nearly 62%, and which is in fact a breach of the limit set by the Supreme Court itself on the reservations.
You're saying, Nupur, that on day one of hearing this plea itself, it was junked. More details on that? Nupur, can you hear me?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, of course, this is in fact a big setback for Revanth Reddy government, and the Supreme Court was not inclined to interfere with the order passed by the Telangana High Court. Now, Telangana High Court, remember, while staying, the Telangana High Court is still hearing the matter. The matter is sub judice before the High Court, and the Supreme Court has also said that its rejection of Telangana government's plea would not mean that the High Court would not impact the High Court case. However, the upcoming elections, it is unlikely that the reservations will be implemented. These reservations were proposed for the local and municipal bodies for other backward classes. But the High Court was of the prima facie opinion. The High Court has taken a prima facie opinion that it is against the Supreme Court judgment, which sets a limit of 50% on the entire reservation. That is how many seats can be reserved for the backward classes and SC/STs. That is set at 50%. But this new law, which increased 42% for OBCs, breached that limit, 50% limit, and made the reservations nearly 62% for in all.
All right, Nupur, thanks for joining us live from the setback for the Reddy government. Then Nupur bringing you all the details on that big breaking story at the top of 1 p.m. More breaking news coming in. There's relief for ex-IAS officer Pooja Khetkar's father. The Bombay High Court has granted him major relief in terms of an anticipatory bail. Is the relief that he has received to Dilip Khetkar. Pooja Khetkar's father, remember, was one of the main accused in the truck driver kidnapping case. All right, we're now going to go to our next story, which is Home Minister Amit Shah's Bihar tour begins today. Home Minister Amit Shah will arrive in Patna this evening to hold important organizational meetings. This meeting will be attended by the Bihar BJP Assembly election in charge and key state BJP leaders. Prabhakar with us. Prabhakar, we now know that Amit Shah will be, or rather is, in the state, but this comes at a time when we've had a lot of murmurs. We've had allies of the BJP come out in the open and first say all is not well, and then now they're saying that mostly everything is intact ahead of the elections. But this is also going to be a challenge for the Home Minister. He's always seen as a troubleshooter, and he's going to be in the state today.
Yeah, he's known as the Chanakya for BJP, the main poll strategist, I would say, and the man who is actually responsible for the expansion of BJP across the country. So if he is here, then all is well, is what we can say safely. Now, few of the alliance partners like Jitendra Manjhi, like Upit Kushwaha, they were not happy, but the things have been settled down. We know for sure that day before yesterday, when Upit Kushwaha actually went down to Delhi and met him, had a meeting with Amit Shah for 1.5 hours, things were settled down. Though they are not happy with the number of seats they have got and the choice of seats which were allotted to them. But now the election mode is on, and I am right now at one of the spots where the maiden public rally happened by Yogi Adityanath, the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister. The dais behind me is where Yogi Adityanath made the first. This is the first public rally of BJP, of NDA in entire Bihar. So it's a maiden rally. And now the Bihar gets into the election mode. So you will see multiple rallies like this happening. As far as Amit Shah's visit is concerned, he's arriving here today evening, and he's not holding public rallies here. Basically, he'll be holding a series of meetings for the strategy, for the discussing their strategy, the poll strategy. So those meetings will be with the senior BJP leaders and all those who are involved in the BJP election campaign. But today being the second last day of nomination, we have a very hectic schedule at Bihar here. 4-5 chief ministers, deputy chief ministers, they're all here, and BJP has made this nomination filing a mega event. So you have Yogi Adityanath visiting at 3 places. You have Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister, you have Chhattisgarh Chief Minister, you have Chhattisgarh Deputy Chief Minister, you have Deputy Chief Minister from Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan. So they're all here, and BJP has ensured that this nomination filing of the NDA candidates turns into a mega event.
All right, Prabhakar, do stay with me. We will keep coming back to you for more on the Bihar alliances and the comments and the impact of it all on the ground. But the political chessboard in Bihar is shifting fast. In the latest, there is discord between the RJD and the VIP over seat sharing. As per sources, the VIP has sought 24 seats and is not ready to climb down. In fact, Tejasvi Yadav has given an ultimatum to the VIP chief, Mukesh Sahni, asking him to settle the seat share deal by today or else exit the alliance. The Congress has put out its first list of 12 candidates, but there's still no formal seat sharing agreement or announcement with the RJD. This at a time when the NDA has already started releasing its lists. The BJP has already announced all 101 of its candidates. The JDU has named 57 of the 101, while Chirag Paswan's LJP has released its first list of 14, and Upendra Kushwaha's RLM has declared 4 of its 6 nominees. And as the opposition mulls over numbers and formulas, the BJP is moving to dominate the ground narrative. Union Home Minister Amit Shah and Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath are all set to launch the NDA's campaign blitz with rallies across Bihar in the coming days with early preparedness. Will this really translate into early momentum is the big question.
आज लालू जी ने उनके बाद उनके बेटे को आगे आने का मौका दिया है, तो इससे पता चलता है कि बाहुबलियों को, दबंगों को, गुंडों को जहां महागठबंधन बल दे रहा है, भ्रष्टाचारियों को बल दे रहा है, तो दूसरी ओर एनडीए में जहां मैथिली ठाकुर हो, श्रेयसी सिंह हो, नितिन नवीन हो, संजय गुप्ता हो, ऐसे युवाओं को टिकटें मिल रही हैं जो प्रदेश को आगे बढ़ाने का काम करेंगे।
अनुराग जी, आपने पूरी लिस्ट जारी की, लेकिन लिस्ट में एक भी मुसलमान चेहरे का नाम नहीं है, ऐसा क्यों?
हम तो सबका साथ सबका विकास इसमें विश्वास करते हैं। सारी योजनाएं अगर भाजपा की सरकार की, एनडीए की सरकार की, नीतीश कुमार जी की सरकार की देखेंगे तो उसमें कोई जाति, धर्म, क्षेत्र के साथ भेदभाव नहीं है। हर योजना का लाभ लाभार्थी को मिला है उसमें कोई हिंदू मुसलमान, जैसे आप सवाल पूछने में करते हो वैसे उन योजनाओं में कोई हिंदू मुसलमान नहीं होता। टिकट मिलती है जीत को देख के।
एनडीए में तो एक सीट पर दो दल, तीन दल उसके नामांकन कर रहे हैं और ये वहां पर कौन किसके साथ है किसी को नहीं मालूम है। और नीतीश कुमार ब्रेंडेड हो चुके हैं और जो दिल्ली में दो बैठे हुए जो गुजराती हैं उनके नियंत्रण से बिहार बाहर है। इंडिया गठबंधन के नेतृत्व में तेजस्वी यादव मुख्यमंत्री बनेंगे।
Moving on, Sanjay Kapoor, who died on the 12th of June in the UK after suffering a heart attack during a polo match, would have turned 54 on the 15th of October. On his birth anniversary, Karishma Kapoor shared a picture of a birthday cake on her Instagram story. The cake has "Happy Birthday Dad" written on it. Karishma didn't write any caption with that picture. Kareena Kapoor reshared the picture on her Instagram story and wrote a message. Now, Sanjay Kapoor's widow, Priya Sachdev, also shared a birthday post in memory of him. The montage features Sanjay Kapoor's moments of joy spent with Priya Sachdev and their children. Karishma Kapoor is business tycoon Sanjay Kapoor's second wife. They are parents to a daughter Samaira and son Kian. Karishma and Sanjay had a grand wedding back in 2003. In 2014, they filed for a divorce by mutual consent. 2 years later, their separation got legal approval. But the bigger issue here right now is the legal battle that is being fought inside the courtroom over his legacy. Moving on now to our sports segment, star cricketer and India batter Virat Kohli shared a cryptic post on X. Kohli shared a coded social media post just hours after Gill-led ODI team landed in Perth for the upcoming tour of Australia, potentially putting retirement rumours to rest once and for all. The post reads, and I'm going to quote him from that post, "The only time you truly fail is when you decide to give up," unquote. This was Kohli's first non-commercials related post since he wished Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his birthday in the month of September. In fact, Kohli has stayed away from social media over the last few months and was last active during India's tour of England, where he complimented the Gill-led test side during their performance in Birmingham and at the Oval. Kohli has been named in the 50-over squad, with the series set to begin on the 19th of this month at the Optus Stadium. India will play 3 ODIs before moving on to the 5-match T20 contest. Team India plays Australia in a couple of days from now under the leadership of Shubman Gill. Boria, cryptic post from Virat Kohli ahead of the all-important India-Australia series. How would you decode this?
Yeah, I mean, it is a cryptic post. It is a very cryptic post, but it defines the mentality and gives us an insight into the mind of Virat Kohli. You see, I mean, Virat has always been defined by fight. And this post that you don't, you only fail when you give up is a clear indication that he's in no mood to give up. It tells you that he wants to prove a point in Australia. It tells you that he wants to go beyond that. It tells you that he is certainly not in a mood to retire at any point in time soon. So this sets it up. This sets it up quite beautifully, adds spice to the series, and is very Virat Kohli. Not going down without a fight, without a combat. So this adds a lot of verve and a lot of spice to the series.
Boria, there's a lot of conversation around whether Virat Kohli will play the next World Cup. Some months back, if you remember, he did mention he's keeping his options open. Will a lot depend on his performance in this series in terms of his position, his place in the team?
You know, it is difficult to say whether or not he will play World Cup 27. If you read the tweet, it tells you he doesn't want to give up. It tells you that he's got fight left. It tells you that he wants to prove a point and has game left and wants to contribute. If you go by Gautam Gambhir, 2.5 years is a lot of time. Obviously, one has to see what happens there. If you go by Ajit Agarkar and the selection committee chairman, you will see a lot of time is left there. And he will also say that no door is closed and the World Cup is too far away. So if you keep all of these things in mind and you put it in context in against Virat Kohli's tweet, you will understand that this is now becoming very spicy. I don't think there will be any push. No one can tell any cricketer to retire. And I've said this multiple times. No one can say you retired. Captaincy can be taken away, much like Rohit Sharma's case. But in Virat Kohli's case, nobody is in any frame of mind or has any right to tell Virat Kohli to retire. The only thing that will decide is his performance. There is no entitlement to playing for India. Having said that, if he performs, he has the fitness, he has the game, he has the potential, and he has the mental zeal, he can certainly continue.
Boria, last word with you on this. Finally, this is a big test for Gill, not only as captain, but he's also captaining two legends on his team. It's going to be a tough balancing act.
Yes, it is a big test for Shubman Gill. Make no mistake, it is a big test for Shubman Gill. In England, to have a dressing room which is his own, to have a dressing room which is more or less full of seniors except a KL Rahul. This is a certainly different scenario. A Virat Kohli and a Rohit Sharma in that change room means you have two towering legends who are there. But Shubman Gill has captained Gujarat before, legends have played there, and Shubman Gill will know he has complete support of Gautam Gambhir, plus the presence of Gautam Gambhir, and Rohit and Virat, from what I know of them, will also want to support the young man. Having said that, it will be a challenge with the presence of these two people, but it will also mature Shubman Gill as captain, and that's what we are waiting to see, how he goes about this particular series.
That was consulting editor Boria Mazumdar on his perspective on what Virat Kohli had said in that coded message on social media. In a video shared by RCB on social media, Kohli has also revealed that he was backed by MSD and Kirsten, not because he was the most prolific player or technically sound player, but because of what he brought to the field. Listen in.
Gary and MS made it very clear to me that we are backing you to play at number 3, and this is what you can do for the team, and what you represent on the field, your energy, your engagement, that is of the biggest value to us. So we want you to play that way. So I was never looked at as this outright match winner who can change the game from anywhere. But I had this thing of, I'm going to stay in the fight. I'm not going to give up. And that is what they backed. So that very thing that God blessed me with, that helped me to improve my game, my technique, everything. And I've never been shy to admit that I was not the most, technically sound and naturally gifted player. I evolved a lot while I was playing because I was very keen to learn and I was very keen to get better. And I wanted to be the best. There is no denying that I wanted to be the best. And that hunger, that desire to keep improving, eventually to win more games for your team is what helped me improve my game.
News just coming in. According to sources, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be celebrating Diwali with the Indian Navy. This is NDTV Pre-Diwali news break coming to you. Shivaroor will be joining me in a moment from now from the newsroom on this breaking story. Shiv, last